Hi guys, welcome back. I'm going to kick off with a little bit of something different today. So I've just been doing my hair, getting ready for the pod. I mean, my roots are so long. I'm not even afraid to admit it, but I'm having my hair done tomorrow. And I was getting ready and I was ripping myself apart in the mirror. And I'm going to show you why. This, hang on, are you ready? This is my tummy flap. Can you see it? When it actually, when I bend forward, it actually hangs over the top of my shorts. I also have really bad teabag tits. And the reason I'm talking about this is because I know that a lot of my clients and my followers are on and have been on big fat loss journeys. And it's actually a big talking point at the minute is about like loose skin, because obviously if you've gone on a big fat loss journey, spit my words out, actually like I have, like I wasn't always in shape. Like I've actually lost now up to 30 kilos over my journey and kept it off. And every single time I do a little bit more fat loss, I kind of hope that like I'm going to have this washboard stomach with a banging six pack. And what happens is my loose skin just gets worse. And it's always a bit disappointing. And I find myself when I'm getting ready and I'm like in the mirror, like squeezing my stomach. And I'm not going to lie, poor Derek's going to cringe. He's sat at the end of the table. But like in the middle of sex, I've definitely pulled my stomach and done weird things with it. There is no porn star Kate going on here. Sorry if anybody thought otherwise. I am like, you fucking, don't know, if I'm going to try and turn you on and poking you in the belly button. That was something me and Lucy spoke about. But anyway, before I go off on a tangent and talk about my sex life and get in trouble, I think a lot of us have imperfections. And that can be cellulite, it could be hip dips, it could be saddlebags, it could be loose skin, it can be fucking spaniel ear boobs. Men, it could be moobs. Whatever it is, we all have imperfections. And actually, we can choose to actually rip ourselves apart and slag ourselves off. Which was, I'm not gonna lie, that was my initial thought. Like, oh, it's so disgusting. Like, I hate that I've got like such bad loose skin, like for somebody who's so fucking toned and strong. And then I reframed it and I was like, do you know what? My body's fucking epic. Like, it's squatted some serious bloody weight. Like, it's squatted 215 kilos. It's benched 120 kilos. It's deadlifted like 180 kilos. Like, but not only that, it supports me every single day in my day-to-day life. Like walking the dog, I'm fucking healthy. I can do any type of exercise I want to do. 9.9% of the time, I absolutely love the skin I'm in. And that's like real confidence. And that's what I think strength training gives you. And talking about loose skin and talking about the fact that actually it is something that does improve, like the collagen in your skin and the elasticity in your skin does actually improve over time. So I know that a lot of clients watch this. So I want you to hear that. Like if you are feeling a little bit insecure about your skin at the moment, like it is totally normal and it does take some adjusting, but it does also improve over time. But also if you're somebody who isn't actually totally happy with their body and you do catch yourself slagging yourself off in the mirror every day, I'm fucking so fat, I look so disgusting, then actually maybe it is time to do something about it, because you can't keep bad mouthing yourself day after day after day and do fuck all about it. Like what the hell are you doing with your life? Like if you're miserable, change it. And that's kind of like my stance on it. You can't moan about something you're not willing to change. Anyway, I wanted to give you a little bit of an update on the old fat loss, because I'm hoping that this is going to be my last fat loss phase for a very long time. So over the last 2 years, those of you that have listened to the pod, I've probably dropped we're coming up to like 12 kilos over the last 2 years. Just recently, I've dropped another 2 to 3 pounds. No, sorry, I'm lying, 2 to 3 kilos. And the reason that I've put myself back into fat loss is because I've got a bit of a shoulder niggle at the minute. I've got no plans to compete anytime soon. And I basically want to look fucking jacked. And I want to lose that last little bit of body fat to have that physique. Like, I'm a coach. I train fucking hard. I've got a lot of muscle. I want to have that chiseled physique. I want to be able to see my bicep veins. I want to be able to see my ab veins. Like, and I know it's not totally sustainable all of the time, but I want to get there. That's where I want to get to. So, now that I've fixed the bloating, which I talked about in the previous episode, I fixed my bloating issues. I've found out that I've got a whey intolerance. My fat loss has been so efficient. So I want to talk about a little bit around how I achieve efficient fat loss, because in 4 weeks, I am 6 pounds down. And obviously I'm not a big person. So that like 6 pounds for me is quite a lot of weight. Like that's actually 5% of my 5% of my body weight, okay? So I personally believe that fat loss should be efficient. It should have a clear goal. It should have a clear phase. You shouldn't just be moseying along in it for years and years and years. You should have strategic plans. So over this last 2 years, that's exactly what I've done. My goal was always to get to 65 kilos and below and maintain it. And I'm now teetering just above that 65 kilo marker. So I'm going to drop myself down to around 63, 64. And then I'm planning on sitting between 63 and 65 kilos. And that is my goal. And then I shouldn't really need to go above 65. So when you're actually thinking about your fat loss phase, things that actually hold you back from being efficient is the fact that like you still don't see yourself at the finish line. And this is something I'm talking a lot to clients about at the minute. Their why, the reason why they are doing it. And I think that when you have a really big fat loss to do, you struggle to see the end result because you don't actually know how good it could feel to get there. Like, you don't know how it feels to get fucking changed in the morning and put anything on and feel good in it. You don't know how it feels to bound out of bed every morning with so much energy because you're nourishing yourself with good food. You don't know how it feels to catch a glance of yourself in the mirror and give it a fucking cheeky tricep flex or a bicep flex because you're like, fucking hell, I've got little muscles now. I didn't even know they were there. You don't know how it feels to get fucking starkers in front of your partner and just accept that that's how you look because you've not achieved it before. And what I think happens with people who end up procrastinating in fat loss is they drop, say, 5 to 10 kilos, which is a significant improvement on where they were before, and then they get comfortable. And when they then get comfortable, they struggle to motivate themselves to kind of finish off the journey. And the reason I'm talking about this today is because there is a massive, massive motivator for me to never, ever go back to 95 kilo Kate, fat Kate as I call her. I'm fucking terrified of her. And do you know why I'm terrified of her? Because she sat in a therapist's chair crying her eyes out because she couldn't find one good thing that she loves about herself. When she got dressed, she went for tight-fitting clothes because oversized clothes made her look big. She didn't have any confidence. She literally abused her body and felt fucking shit. She punished herself with grueling cardio sessions, multiple weight sessions a day. Like I'm talking, I did 12 sessions a day. And then I would restrict and starve myself all day because I felt guilty for the previous night's binge. And I felt bloated and I felt puffy and I was emotional and I hated myself. I lived in this constant state of guilt. And that person terrifies me. I never ever want to go back to that person. But I also know that the end goal feels so good. So if you're struggling at the minute and you're in fat loss and you're like, I just don't know how I can commit to it. You've got the skills, like you know that actually tracking your food and weighing your food allows you to have a control around food. You have to stick to the calorie allowance to stay in a deficit. You know that day-to-day movement like steps is going to be good for your mental health. It's going to get you outside for some outside movement. It's going to be good for your fitness levels. It's going to aid your fat loss. So that's one thing. You know that going to the gym and building muscle is going to help you metabolize food faster. The more muscle you have, the quicker you metabolize food. It's going to mean that you look fucking sexy, because strong looks sexy. It's going to mean that actually you are spending some time with yourself. Like, you do so much for everybody else, and that is your time in your day to just do something for you. And so you know that the gym's beneficial. You know all the other things that you should be doing, like eating your protein, eating your vegetables, eating your fruit. And you know that when you do those things collectively together, they make you feel really good. So why don't you do them? Why are you still procrastinating over this same couple of pounds? And do you know why I think it is? I think it's because you don't know how good it feels to achieve your goal. You're comfortable at the minute because you've done part of your goal, but you don't know how good it can feel to achieve the rest of it. And I'm sat here telling you now, as somebody who is about to enter what I'm hoping to be my very last fat loss phase. And I mean, not forever, but at least for 6 months to a year. It feels fucking amazing. Like, for all of the reasons I've said. And nobody is going to come and do the journey for you. You have to build discipline. You have to build resilience. You have to make sacrifices to do it. And that's exactly what I do. And that's how I achieve efficient fat loss. Like, you see me every day on Instagram. Well, not every day. I don't drink every day. But every weekend, I'm having a bottle of rosé at the minute, because I've accounted that into my food for the week. I'd prefer to be 100% on it in the week, eating the same meals every day, sticking to my calorie allowance, making sure I pack the volume in with the vegetables, making sure I hit my protein target. I smash 15 to 20k steps a day. I don't give a shit what you say. If you're saying you haven't got time, you fucking have. Like, your day needs to either start slightly earlier or it needs to finish later. And get out for some movement. You've got to do your gym sessions. Like, they're good for your mental health. They're going to help to build your body. If you lose all the body fat, you still need to have some muscle to actually be able to look toned. No, I did toned. So the thing is, like, I would prefer to go absolutely on it and still have that wine at the weekend. Del and I shared a tiramisu at the weekend. Like, I still have that balance of alcohol, the puddings, but I achieve efficient results because I'm like a robot in the week. I don't need to think about what I'm eating. I'm too busy. But what happens with you is you get to the end of the day and you're like, oh, I've been really good today. I deserve a treat. And you have to go through this mindset shift of somebody who turns up for themselves, who does the hard fucking thing. Because at the minute, you're just comfortable and you're not achieving anything. And actually, if you take yourself to that extra level, you're going to be able to achieve it. And don't get me wrong, I never found it easy in the beginning. But over time, you build confidence, you build resilience, you build discipline, so that when you do open the cupboard up, I talk to myself, I'm like, no, fat Kate, you're not eating that cereal. You're in fat loss at the minute. Put the fucking cereal down and close the cupboard. Because that's the difference of me achieving my goals and not achieving my goals. And the more cereal I eat out the cupboard, the slower it's going to be. So you have to have that conversation with yourself. Like, you don't want to be procrastinating fat loss. You want to get it in and out. Like, realistically, if you're doing an efficient fat loss phase, really, you should be dropping 1 pound to 1.5 pounds a week if you're doing it well. And you can't blame hormones. You can't blame stress. Like, it's down to what you're putting in your mouth 9 times out of 10 and the amount of movement you're doing. So, God, that went off on a bit of a tangent, didn't it? But anyway, I'm sitting 4 weeks in, okay? And the reason that I've done this, like I said, is for me, but also to show you that fat loss doesn't have to be boring. It doesn't have to be this thing the way you see yourself on a diet. If you live a lifestyle that is aligned to who you want to be, your food choices you'll never get bored of, because you're going to eat the same sort of foods in maintenance. Your habits are going to be the same, because no habit that is a lifestyle is a chore. And your mindset is going to improve, because as you actually achieve your goals, you're going to feel better about yourself. You're going to feel more empowered. You're going to feel mentally more grounded. And actually, that's just this continuous feedback loop that you go on. Like, I haven't been in a continuous fat loss phase for 2 years. I've planned out my journey based on what's been going on in my life. So that took a bit of a fucking turn today, didn't it? So if I was going to give you, I'm going to give you 5 tips for efficient fat loss. Number 1 is about food. Eat the same meals on rotation and make sure that you eat lots of food volume, fruit, vegetables, and lean protein sources, okay? Tip number 2, stop making excuses for not doing your steps. Like, your steps are your secret weapon. The more steps you do, the more movement you do, the more you get outside, your mental health's going to improve, your fat loss is going to be quicker, your fitness levels will improve, and you'll actually be calmer. Don't tell me that you can't take a lunch break. If you're an employed person, you are not paid for your lunch break. Get yourself outside. Tip number 3, following a structured program. Like, a structured program is going to mean that you are progressively overloading every single week, and that's going to allow you to build confidence in the gym. Don't be going into the gym mixing your sessions up all the time. You're going to be stalling your results. Number 4, digestion. If you are struggling at the moment and you have slow digestion, you're experiencing bloating, 9 times out of 10, it's down to your eating practices. So slow your eating down, chew your food more, focus on like 400 grams of vegetables, focus on 200 grams of fruit, get loads of fibre in. And my final tip is, every time that you have a bad meal or a bad day, try to stop using those words. Like, the language that you use dictates how you see food and your relationship with food. Like, food shouldn't be demonized. It's not good or bad. Food has a calorie total. Some foods are more processed, some foods are less processed. But the reason that you have an all or nothing and a perfectionism mindset at the minute, and when you have one bad thing, you fucking ruin the whole day, is because you're seeing it as a bad thing. But actually it's not. You've just had something extra that you can then track and move on with your day. So anyway, I've waffled on for long enough today, and I hope I've given you some insights. But I want you to realise that it's about having a plan for your journey. It's about having a structure. It's about having an end date. And one of the main things that we do with our clients is we map out that journey for them. And on Friday, as this has gone out, there's going to be an epic announcement. So for the month of August, if you are listening to this podcast first, we are going to be opening our priority list for Breakthrough. Okay. So we're going to be doing a podcast with Del and I in a minute, ready for next week to talk you through what that actually means and how it looks. Breakthrough sells out every single time we have sold out. And it is an epic program. It is the most reasonably priced coaching program on the market. And it's a snapshot into Strength Within to show you what you could achieve if you worked within our community. So I've put the priority link in the notes. The spaces will sell out on August Bank Holiday weekend. So you need to be on the priority list if you'd want the opportunity to work with us.